ज्ञानमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे। Namaste, Vande Mataram, good morning, welcome all of you. Today, the topic of this spiritual discussion is on uniqueness of Sri Aurobindo's yoga. So, what's significance, what's newness in Sri Aurobindo's yoga, we'll try to analyze in brief. As we have already known or already we have seen, where all the yogas end, Sri Aurobindo's integral yoga begins from that point. It's not the combination, but it begins from there itself. So sometimes we ask, and people used to ask the question, what is the newness in this integral yoga? Sri Aurobindo quotes in Savitri, the spirit shall look out through matter's gates. Spirit is inside, it is there. Spirit shall, it is veiled by the matter. The spirit shall look out. Now itself it is looking inside, inside it is looking in. Its vision is confined, it's veiled. The spirit shall look out through matter's gates. Then what will be the role of the matter? Matter shall reveal the spirit's face. If these two conditions are satisfied, spirit shall look out through matter's gaze and matter shall reveal the spirit's face. Then what will happen? What will take place? Then the significance, the matter, then starts. Then man and Superman shall be at one, and all life is a single plan. So this is the most significant process we are going to stress upon. Initially, what was the world yoga, the world methods, how they were taking the life and how that we are looking upon the world. Sri Aurobindo quotes in 3 lines, he who would turn to God must give up the world, must leave the world. He who would turn to God, normally people don't turn to God, specifically those who are in this track of sadhana, he who would turn to God must leave the world. Second category, he who would live in the spirit must give up life, because life is meaningless, because they want to stay in the spirit. Then third line, he who has made the self renounces the self. This was the basic condition till now, till Sri Aurobindo it was being observed. He who would turn to God must leave the world. He who would live in the spirit must give up life. He who has made the self renounces the self. Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya, Jagat Satya, Jagat, the world is true, the Brahma is lie. So that these things, these confusions were strictly going on. And Sri Aurobindo tried to emphasize, Sri Aurobindo tried to quote it, Sri Aurobindo explained, boldly his speaks of, both are right. The world is correct and also this Brahma, it's naturally correct. So, with this justification, with this analysis, with this idea, we must know how we should be prepared for the supramental yoga. Sri Aurobindo speaks of, if that point has come, life now became a sure approach to God. Life now became a sure approach to God. Existence, a divine experiment. Our existence is the experiment made by God, made by the divine experiment. The cosmos is the soul's opportunity. Soul, for that it is come to take experience, progress and develop. This cosmos is the spirit's, the soul's opportunity. This world, what about this world where we are, on which we are staying? The world embodies us. What will be the significance? Then, with that consciousness, what will happen? This world shall be a conception and a birth of spirit in matter. Not the ordinary birth, it is a birth of spirit in matter in human forms. So visibly it will be there, because this world is not cut off from truth to God, truth and God. Truth is there, God is there, the world is well embodies all these things. These truth and God, they are well established, well marked, they are well settled in this world. Then Sri Aurobindo speaks of how this process, how this track, how this evolutionary process will go on, how the journey will proceed. Sri Aurobindo speaks of an unknown self within who is the guide. Nothing, all nothing, Sri Aurobindo, in education, one line in education we know, nothing can be taught, all is within. Like this, the unfelt self within, the self is there within us, but is it unfelt? We have not, till now, very few have realized the presence, and they have tried to explore it or try to touch it. They have made a plunge into the depths to discover the soul. The unknown, unfelt self within, who is the guide. This unfelt self will become the guide and pursue the journey. Where the unknown self above, who is the goal. The goal is unknown self that is not yet known. That has to be pursued, and the direction will come. The guidance will come from within. That is unfelt self within, who is there as to guide it. Sri Aurobindo speaks of what is the significance, what is the uniqueness, how shall we proceed, what is the significance, what is the new of this yoga. Sri Aurobindo speaks of a radical and a total change of consciousness is not only the meaning but also the whole method of this integral yoga. Integral yoga, a radical and a total change of consciousness. Consciousness is given the maximum importance. A radical and a total change of consciousness is not the whole meaning but the whole method of this integral yoga. So for that, everyone will come forward. Sri Aurobindo speaks of in two lines. He who would save himself lives bare and calm. He who would save himself lives bare and calm, but he who would save the world or save the rest must share its pain, because they are unique. They have come forward. They are bestowed with this charge. They have got the mission. With this vision they have come. They must share the load, because the Son of God, born as the Son of Man, has drunk the bitter cup and paid the Godhead's debt. This is the mission they have taken. They have come back. They want to achieve it. Of course, the cross their payment for the crown they gave. The saviors come. They try to save. They try to guide. They do it. They give everything. For their divine sacrifice. They have sacrificed their life, Lord, faith, everything. And instead, what they have got? Of course, these these people, this race is almost selfish. The cross their payment for the crown they gave. And in another words, Sri Aurobindo also quotes, this is the immortal bound to earth's mortality. He is the victim of his own sacrifice. This divine sacrifice is there. They come, they sacrifice everything they have done, and they are doing. They are also ready to do. They don't mind if it can be done or not, whether they will be welcomed here, well, people will pursue them, well, they will have their identity, but still then, whether they can be able to make a mark, but their vision is there. They have come for that purpose. Yes, for this, the silent force came mission down. This is their duty. This is their job they are doing here. Sri Aurobindo quotes here, he is the victim of his own sacrifice. For his great sacrifice, for his divine sacrifice, they are suffering, victimized. They are getting victimized. Immortal, bound to earth's mortality. Eternal suffers. Again, here in the course, the eternal suffers in a human form. He has signed salvation's testament with his own blood. So the significance is that here we do nothing. God, divine have come. The dual avatar, Mother and Sri Aurobindo, they have come. They will do everything. Simply we have to give the consent. We have to say the yes. We have to go for the surrender. If the surrender is total and total, if this is a vast surrender, this is grand surrender, we have given everything, we have surrendered, then they will do the yoga. We have nothing to do. So now we'll quote some lines. What is the uniqueness? What is the uniqueness of this yoga? Sri Aurobindo quotes here, the road is long. Every inch of ground has to be won by much resistance. There are resistance, not only resistance that opposes the motion. It is not the ordinary resistance, much resistance. You will find bigger resistance. It is there. So each road is long. Every inch of ground has to be won against is much resistance. It is not common. Sometimes here in the speaks of, you will find alone in the ambiguous. The anguish is there. Ambiguous is there. You may find yourself alone. The gods above will be unwilling, looking indifferent. The demons on the road, they will be furious. Still then within that track, someone you have to pursue your yoga. This is the ordeal, great ordeal you are going, and you have any moment, anything can be prepared. But thing is that you have to be prepared, you have to be patient, you have to be vigilant, you have to go for inner push. The spiritual life has to be pursued, this quest has to be done, and this inner life introvertness must be there. These are the required condition. For this, so many things, requirement. The best thing is to give yourself and offer your life at the hands of the divine, that is surrender. So faith must be there, aspiration must be there, rejection of bad instincts must be there. Then we have to go for the surrender. They will do everything. For that they have come. Then the definition is that to be in all ways of thy being with that which is the highest, that is yoga. Definition: to be one in all ways with all your being with the highest, that is yoga. All your beings must be unified with the highest, with him who is the highest, that is yoga. So how should we go? How the yoga is directed? This yoga is directed towards a God, not towards any man. Don't believe in the unreal lords of the hour. The self-declared God or Baba or self-declared divine, don't trust upon them. This yoga is directed only towards the God, not for any humans, but for the sake of any human being. What is the meaning of this yoga? So, to plunge into the multiple profundities of the soul. To plunge into the multiple profundities of the soul is the whole meaning of this yoga, Sri Aurobindo's yoga. Then, why this yoga? Then the question comes, why we are going to pursue this yoga? Yoga must now be revealed. This yoga must be revealed to the mankind, not only to a few or any sect or any group. It is not like this. It is to the entire humankind. This yoga must now be revealed to the mankind, because without it, mankind can take the next step in the human evolution. So it must be revealed. They must be aware. They must try to pursue. There must be an aspiration. This is the whole method. Why? For this, it must be revealed to the mankind. What is the stuff? What is the sources? The yoga uses divine means in order to rise to divinity. The means is the only method to reach the divinity is to use the divine means. So any fragile means, any ordinary thing, it can never be helpful in reaching the divinity's heights. What is the meaning? A change of consciousness, a mere mental activity will never help in change of consciousness. It can only change the mind. So total change of consciousness is very much required. Why it is unique, special? All yoga in its nature is a new birth. It is a progressive event, new birth. What is the path? The path of yoga is always beset with inner and outer difficulties. There must be difficulties, because where there is divinity, there is stupidity. Each step forward is a battle. Then inching forward is which needs a best determination. It must requires, because things are packed with all difficulties and all. Meaning a growth into divine consciousness is the whole meaning of our yoga. Then what is the speciality? Our yoga is not a retreading of the old works, but a spiritual adventure. Objective of our yoga is self-perfection, not self-annulment. So this is a hard, not done. This yoga is not an easy path. If the change of consciousness can't come in a single day. This is a evolutionary thing, a rapid and concentrated conscious evolution that is going on. Thank you.